17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how...
Like the Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look sexy.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today there's breaking news. So the City Deciples Clubhouse was just raided today over a murder that happened this past weekend. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to get back on my breaking news so that we can bring you the latest updates on what's going on. Ken, how you doing? Rah, what's good? XX, how are you? So, this is out of the city of Washington. Police raided a building leased by a motorcycle club in search of shooting information. City of Washington Police Department raided a building leased by a motorcycle club in search for information connected to a deadly shooting. According to police, officers worked with SWAT and the district attorney's office and Pennsylvania State Police to search 147 North Main Street. Police said that the building is being leased and occupied by the Sin City Disciples Motorcycle Club. Investigators said that they went to the building to get a video they believed will help identify the suspects in a shooting that resulted in the death of Julian Lassic over the weekend. So there was a shooting outside of the club, I believe. So this is the earlier report. One person was killed and another hospitalized in the shooting in the city of Washington. Seems like Pennsylvania is getting a lot of coverage lately, especially Western Pennsylvania. So, Washington, PA. One person is dead and another person hospitalized after a shooting in the city of Washington on Saturday, according to Washington County Coroner. Julian Lassic, 20, was shot near the 120th block of North Main Street around 3 a.m. Lassic was transported to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. He's 20 years old. What's he doing out? 3 in the morning. Nothing good happens after 12 o'clock. The condition of the other person has not been released. The city of Washington's mayor said that the investigation is new, but that they do know multiple people were in the area at the time of the shooting. Washington police are investigating the incident. In other news, how you doing, Paula? In other news, Mountain Woman, what's going on? So, the situation with Kenneth, he's the young man who was killed over there in Pennsylvania. He was shot off his bike. He is a member of the War Dogs Motorcycle Club. They found the vehicle that was involved in that murder. Police said that they found the vehicle. And eventually, you know how these things unfold. They're gonna find out who did it. It's only a matter of time. But they found the vehicle. Let me get that for you guys. So the truck that might solve the White Oak shooting Sunday had barely dipped behind the strip mall. The sun had barely dipped behind the strip mall on White Oak when gunfire split the air at the intersection of Jack's Run Road and Lincoln Way. It was Sunday afternoon, quiet enough that you could hear the hum of traffic and the hiss of nearby fryer at Wendy's until everything changed By the time the echoes faded, 33-year-old Kenneth Heyman lay dying beside his motorcycle, struck at least twice in his back. He was shot in the back. That's terrible. Witnesses describe a dark pickup truck speeding from the scene, its windows tinted, its occupants masked and armed. By Monday night, Allegheny County Police had tracked the truck, a key piece of the puzzle, to Mount Pleasant in Westmoreland County, about 25 miles away. It sat abandoned like a ghost, with the answer sealed inside its metal frame. Investigators towed it for processing, their gloves dusted and powdered, and evidence tags fluttering in the breeze inside the truck could lie everything: shell casings, fingerprints, strand of fiber, a hair, even a clue who pulled the trigger. But as of now, no arrests have been made. No names have been surfaced. The story behind the shooting, however, may stretch far beyond the single intersection. Multiple law enforcement sources confirmed that Heyman was affiliated with a motorcycle club, the War Dogs MC, a name well known amongst regional biker circles. In those circles, loyalty is armor and reputation is law. Losing either can be fatal. Investigators are quietly exploring whether Heyman's killings tied to a simmering feud that began months earlier in Washington County biker bar. I believe the feud started way before that. This thing has been going back and forth for quite a while. The earlier confrontation, marked by stolen patches, threats, and bruised pride, may have set off a chain of retaliation and retribution that ended in a daylight murder. And that's pretty brazen for them to kill this kid in the middle of the day. It was, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Witnesses recall seeing 3 or 4 masked men inside a fleeing truck carrying what police believed to be a long guns, a precision ambush. The timing, coordination, the daylight boldness points to a planning hit rather than a random act of road rage. Detectives are now combing through surveillance footage of nearby businesses, traffic cameras, reviewing Heyman's cell phone data and hours leading up to the shooting. Hope is that the digital trail will do what silence on the streets has not. For the residents of White Oak, the violence feels foreign, something imported from the headlines of bigger cities or outlaw tales told in whispers. But the echoes of gunfire linger. The charred tire marks at the intersection, the flowers taped to the lamppost, the bullet holes still visible on the asphalt speak to how quickly order can dissolve. 1 minute, it's Sunday drive. The next minute, a coordinated execution. The recovered truck is now the linchpin of the investigation. Forensic teams are analyzing everything from residue on the seats to the tread patterns in the tires. Every fingerprint, every shell casing, every trace of DNA could pull the case from speculation to certainty. But until then, the question of who wanted Kenneth Heyman dead and why hangs over White Oak and Mount Pleasant like exhaust in the air. Now what remains are fragments: a pickup truck, motorcycle cooling in the afternoon heat, and the man who may have been killed for the company he kept or the colors he wore. In the underworld of biker brotherhood, death is rarely random, and in White Oak, it came riding on 4 wheels. And it's a tragedy that this kid had to pass away so early in his life. He had his whole life ahead of him. And senseless violence like this is just it's just, what's the point? Nobody's going to win a trophy for who comes out on top. Who comes out on top? Everybody loses. The person lost their life. Now the people that did it are going to get caught. You can't do something like this in this time and get away with it. You just can't. So pretty soon we're going to see a bunch of mugshots, and it's just so pointless. I don't understand why you would throw your life away. For what? For what? Your brothers ain't going to be there for you after all said and done. You're not going to be a hero. Nobody's going to remember your name. It's just pointless. And it's a sad situation. I'm sending prayers out to his family. His obituary came out. He was born in 1992. I mean, this was a young kid. And I don't think he deserved to die. It's just a very sad situation. How's everyone doing tonight? TCG, what's going on? Tommy, how are you? Mick, what's good? Maureen, how are you? Hope you're doing well, Maureen. We're going to stay on top of all this. So in other news, there's a trial going on right now in Australia. So a sniper took the stand in a bikie assassination trial. The assassin who gunned down a bikie boss allegedly at the behest of his rivals is set to take the stand at a trial for the man accused of ordering the hit. You know, that's how it usually goes. Somebody orders it to happen, and the person that does it tells on the person that ordered it, and the person that does it gets to walk, and the person that ordered it goes to prison. It's like really, really ass backwards. The shooter cannot be named for legal reasons. Shot dead senior Rebels MC bikie Nick Martin. He was killed on December 12, 2020 in a sniper-style attack. The former soldier is scheduled to give evidence at the murder trial for David James Pye, P-Y-E, 43 years old, who allegedly orchestrated the fatal shooting at the racetrack. Pye, a member of the Comancheros outlaw motorcycle group at the time, paid the shooter $100,000 to make the hit at the racetrack spectator area, prosecutors say. And word on the street is he never paid it either. He said he offered $100,000. He never paid any of the money. The shooter, who had been working in Iraq for years before this incident, used a .308 caliber rifle and shot Martin from more than 300 meters away. The bullet traveled through Martin's body and exited from his lower back before striking another man in the arm and seriously injuring him. He was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment in 2021 after pleading guilty to Martin's murder. Pye and the shooter became acquainted over social media and met once the ex-soldier returned to Australia after the bikie agreed to help him source a legal D. You guys all know what I'm talking about. The pair later discussed the plan of Martin's murder in person and using encrypted message application. The accused explained the history and the disagreement between him and Nick Martin, including the behalf of Nick Martin, who put a contract out on the accused, he said. The shooter's testimony is expected to detail his dealings with Pye and the money he was paid to execute the crime. Pye, David Hollows, SC, attacked the shooter's integrity during opening remarks, saying that he was a liar. Dishonesty courses through his veins, he said. David Pye never suggested to the shooter to kill Martin. He did not offer him money to do this, nor did he pay him any money, he said. Pye did not send any messages on that evening to the shooter to kill Nick Martin. Cross-examination will show that he's lying about Pye, the attorney said. So I will let you guys know more information when it becomes available on that situation, and a whole lot more news is on the way. I'm sure the news is going to be full of different things going on, and I will bring them to you as they become available. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Tommy, what's good? James, how you doing? Thank you for joining me this evening. Craig, how are you? Ryan, there's new videos dropping. I'm going to upload another one right now onto members only. I'm going to put one onto Patreon. So go check out the new content. 10 o'clock, another video, the Skids video. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot of great stuff in store. I'm dropping part 1 of Kevin's video. He is the motorcycle minister. It's a really good episode. He talks about all kinds of stuff, how he got involved. And so stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this show. And I thank you for everything you guys do for me. Become a member. Stag's House Nancy. I got her a new home. Couldn't do it no more. I'm just too busy. And she's living out her life, I don't know, in a new home. You know, I just could not do it no more. And I travel a lot, so it was kind of hard to take care of a dog when you're traveling, but she's doing great. Yeah, she has a new home. But if you guys want to donate to the show, hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Stacks, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle. Every single dollar goes a long way. It helps a lot. We're doing a lot of great things here. I got some documentaries in the works. I'm going to be out in Dallas, Texas for the first time. I've never been to Texas, but we're going to Texas to get an award. So, and if you want to tell your story on Chatting with Stacks, just email me at billstacks2021@gmail, and we'll make it happen. We got Cliff from the Red Rum Motorcycle coming up, Motorcycle Club. He's the founder. Carney, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, become a member. I appreciate that. Smash that thumbs up. Show support for Stacks. Thank you, Mountain Woman. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. And I will bring you more information as it becomes available. I hope you guys like this show. If you do, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.